Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, as you guys saw in the intro, I want to set up a plant grow out, plant propagation tank. A few episodes back, you guys must really saw that I took my best friend's aquarium since he didn't want it anymore, and he basically completely lost the battle against blackbeard algae. The entire tank was covered in blackbeard algae. I mean, the substrate, the hardscape, the back of the glass of the tank was even covered in blackbeard algae. I mean, it was everywhere. And the fish that he had inside, unfortunately, weren't the best choices of fish for that size of aquarium. So I took it off his hands. He didn't know what to do anymore. He didn't know what to do with the fish. And well, since I have a few tanks, I obviously, offered him to take it off his hands, and he wants to downsize anyway. Let me get the tank in and I'll show you guys what my plans are and what else needs to be done. There we go. This is his old tank. Now it's a 60 liter or 15 gallon tank. Nothing special about it. It comes with a lid. And the day that I basically took it away from him, no, that sounds bad. On the day when I was basically dismantling the tank at his place, I sort of had a different little vision and a view for this tank. I was thinking of creating an Iwagumi style scape in the inside. At the moment, I don't have any hardscape. I don't have any stones lying around, and I have quite a few plants that are still in the in vitro pots and just in pots themselves, and you can't keep plants in vitro pots indefinitely. It's just at some point the nutrients are going to run out. The in vitro pots aren't really getting much light, so the plants are also not looking too happy. And at the moment, I thought to myself, I can use this temporarily, or maybe even for a longer period of time, just to set it up as a grow out and propagation tank. There are a few plants like here in the Half Moon tank. The ferns are actually creating new shoots new baby plants, I would technically say. And I can cut those off and replant them into pots with rock wool and store them in this tank and actually grow new ferns as well. So that's technically the plan. Very, very simple. There's nothing really complicated about any of this, but I'm going to take you guys along for the journey anyway. But first, this tank needs to be cleaned, and the lid also needs to be cleaned. Without further ado, technically, this is going to just be a quick time lapse on cleaning the tank. Well, quick time lapse, I would say. The tank is extremely dirty, and as mentioned, blackbeard algae was all over the glass. So I'm going to try and get off everything as much as possible, and I'm going to show you guys as well, but I'm going to bring you guys a little bit closer. Let me lift the lid up a little bit, and you guys will see underneath here, it's pretty dirty. There is a lot of algae that actually grew on the inside of the lid over the years of my friend keeping it. And I just want to give everything a good proper clean. Even if you guys can see that, the lid that pops off where you can actually feed the fish and refill the tank is quite dirty. So everything needs to be cleaned properly. The tank needs a proper clean as well. So I'm going to go and do all of that. And then there's a little problem that I might need to address or think of, but I'll get to that a little bit later. Now, unfortunately, one thing that I actually completely forgot about when I actually spin the lid around just now is that the old light bulb on the lid actually broke a few years ago, and my friend replaced it with a brand new LED light, but he zip tied it to the old lamp, which is quite a clever idea. I mean, yeah, it works. It works perfectly fine. It actually holds the lamp in place where it should be. I do want to take anything electronic out of here so I can give it a proper clean. As you guys can see, it is very, very dirty. There's a lot of calcium buildup as well. I need to figure out something that I can do. I'll figure out something nonetheless. Well, there we go. The lid is clean, mostly. There's still a little bit of caulk buildup on the inside, but yes, most of the algae that was growing around it everywhere is, gone. I'm still considering of painting the lid, but I'll get to that a little bit later. I'm going to let it outside, obviously let it dry. I hope the weather holds up. It seems to be fine at the moment, but then it's time for the tank. tank is much cleaner than it was before. There was, well, years and years of algae buildup and, well, calcium buildup, and there's still quite a bit of calcium buildup on a few sides of the top of the tank. I'm going to remove that just now. I'm going to show you guys quite an easy and very simple and effective method. Though, as I was cleaning the tank, I did spot on the back of the tank that on the corners, the glass is cracked. Now, on the one side, it's just a little crack, nothing to be, well, worried about. The silicone looks perfectly fine. But on the other side, the crack does go, well, past the silicone. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure. I'm going to do a leak test just to be sure. But yeah, I'm going to clean it up still a little bit. And for a calcium buildup, you can obviously use a wide variety of products that you can buy in the store, but that's all chemical based. And I don't really want to use any sort of chemical based products on my tank, especially for silicone and stuff like that. It's not really going to do anything. It's just my preference. The easiest way that I've found to remove calcium buildup, and that is actually with vinegar. Now, vinegar basically dissolves calcium buildup instantly. I mean, I use this stuff all the time on my terrariums and so on, and any aquarium that I technically clean and there's quite a bit of calcium buildup, vinegar is just the way to go. Now, obviously, I do dilute this with hot water, and then I just take a microfiber cloth, dunk it into the solution, run it along the calcium, and the calcium literally just disappears instantly. So no need for any special products or whatever. Just get some vinegar, some warm water, and a microfiber towel, or even just some toilet paper. Put it onto the calcium. The calcium is just going to, well, melt away. So I'm going to still clean it up completely. I'm going to do a water test, see if it leaks in the back of the corner there where the crack is. I really hope it doesn't. I always keep, well, a tube of aquarium safe silicone around for whatever. You might never know. It's cheap. You know, it's if you have it there. Plus, I have a few other projects that might be coming in the future, so I do need that. Anyways, let me finish off the tank and do a leak test. And if everything is fine, hopefully, then yeah, we can actually then proceed. The aquarium is busy drying. I've rinsed the vinegar all off. Once it's a little bit dry, I'm going to have a look at it and see if there's still any calcium buildup left. But for now, I'm going to try and address the lid of this tank a little bit. It is clean, yes, but I don't like the aesthetics of the white. And I don't know if you guys can see, but the top of the tank is a little bit, well, the sun got to it quite a bit. It's got a yellowy tinge to it. Plus, where the electronics are, there's also a little bit of a brown spot. So maybe something got fried inside there. Anyways, I have a car product that I actually use on my car. Now, this is basically just a plastic renewal, bring things to shine again, but it is completely black. And I've used it on several other plastic bits throughout having this bottle, and it actually works perfectly fine with everything else. So I'm just going to test the weight a little bit. I have the two panels that go on the top of the tank here. I'm just gonna apply it, see how it looks. I do know that this stuff, it holds up extremely well. So I'm just gonna have a test to see if this works, and if it does, I'm gonna make the whole thing black, because unfortunately it's Sunday and I can't drive to the shops to go get any black spray paint. But I do have this, so maybe this works. Let's have a test. It seems to be working perfectly fine. I mean, the lid is absolutely, it's pitch black. It's going to take some time to dry. But yeah, I'm going to continue. It seems to be working quite fine. Once this stuff actually dries, it'll never come off again. So I'm going to continue. I'm going to do the whole lid black. This is going to obviously take me a little bit of time since the applicator is tiny and I don't want to get black paint all over myself and my table. So I'm just going to go at it and make everything black. Two days have gone by now since I actually cleaned the tank and actually started painting the lid black. Though, unfortunately, I did show you guys the cracks on the tank and I decided to do a water test. It is leaking on the one corner where the crack actually protrudes past the silicone. So that is a little bit of a bummer and I need to fix the aquarium. This obviously means that I can't set up the grow out tank for the plants. I first need to get a new pane of glass and replace it. I don't want to throw the aquarium away, it would be a shame. Plus I can show you guys how to actually repair your aquarium and basically re-silicone your aquarium completely. Now this does mean I need to take the entire aquarium apart and remove all the old silicone, otherwise the new silicone is just not going to stick or seal it up completely. The water in the tank I don't want to waste, so I am going to use it to do a water change on the big 3-foot aquarium of mine. It does definitely need a water change. And for the lid, I did start painting it black with automotive plastic paint, and it did a quite good job, though you can see that it's, well, not perfect, and you can't really get into the all little nooks and crannies. So I did get some spray paint, so I'm just going to go and spray paint this a few coats of black, and then it should be completely nice and black. Unfortunately though, yeah, once I've painted this black, I'm most probably going to take a few days to get a new piece of glass for the tank. But yeah, let's paint the lid black with some spray paint. It's going to just be so much quicker, and then we can get to the tank.